What's up, everybody? Dr. Landon here from Spiral Secrets, bringing you another episode of Spirals in Sports. This time, we go to women's college volleyball with Lexi Sun. She was the number one recruit coming out of college. She actually is from Southern California and then played 1 year in Texas. She's a national champion, and then she moved and went to Nebraska. So she is highly recruited, really really good volleyball player. And actually, before she played volleyball, she won 2 state championships in soccer. So that gives you an idea of how athletic she is. Her spirals are going to be very good naturally. So let's go ahead and break them down. So this first clip, you couldn't really see too much from the first clip. I wanted to show you this one here. Okay, let me get out the way. All right, so if you guys remember the video on John Morant running, I told you basically as the energy leaves the body, as you after you've planted your foot in flexion and then you're going into the leaving phase, that leg is gonna have to go into internal rotation and extension, and you're gonna see Lexi Sun do the exact same thing here. She's getting ready to leave, and that energy is leaving her body right there, right? So as that is happening, as she's going up and as the floor is going away, her legs are going into internal rotation. Can you guys see that action right here? Right here. You see how her heels are coming away, right? That's the natural flow that the energy will take as it leaves your body, and it has to leave that way in order for you to continue spiraling forward. If it leaves a different way, then you're not completing the spiral, then it's inefficient, then you're gonna have high risk of injury, okay? So you'll see it perfectly here, right? Look at where her toes are pointed, so they're pointed straight. They're pointed in here, so she almost has like a pizza slice. Like we've talked about it before in the other videos, the pizza slice. But as she leaves, the legs are gonna go into internal rotation. You guys see that? It's pretty clear here, right? And this is basically this lets us know that the energy is leaving her body in the right places, and her hamstrings are engaged, her glutes are engaged, and it sets her up to basically be extremely efficient, extremely explosive, without the risk of injury. Because if you're spiraling the wrong way at the wrong time or the wrong way at the right time, then that's when you get hurt. Right? Can you guys see that? Right? And they still continue spiraling away. So if you're jumping and you're leaving the ground on both feet, then that means when you're at max extension, the energy has fully left your body. Your femurs need to be in pretty much slight internal rotation, just like this. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, it was actually very difficult to find video on women's volleyball from different angles. This was actually a request from one of my followers, so I appreciate you guys. They were like, hey, we need to see more women athlete spirals. And I was like, you know what? I think we do. So this one, you can't really see the legs too much. You could still see it. The energy leaving that left leg in internal rotation. But for this clip, I want you to pay attention to the spiraling in her core and in her rib cage, and then the shoulders and arms. So before she goes up to spike the ball, look at where her body is pointed. It's pretty much straight up, right? As she goes up, she's going to lean back, and look at her offhand here. She's bringing it up like this, and as she's gonna strike the ball, she's going to pull this offhand back, rotate the T-spine and the rib cage, and then that's gonna bring her arm and whip it across. right? So this arm here will come back, and then her rib cage will rotate this way, right? And that's gonna allow her arm to whip forward. You guys see that? That's pretty extreme, max extension, right? This is actually, if you guys understand, I just posted a quick video on fascia, but if you guys understand fascial lines, this is all superficial back line right here. Hamstring, calf, extensors, right? So when a baby is learning to crawl, you're gonna see the exact type of extension from the bottom surface of the foot, the calf being pulled up, so you're getting plantar flexion, and then you're getting knee flexion with the hamstring, and then you're getting spinal extension, trunk extension, and this is all superficial back line, and then she's going to shorten. So as this back side is shortening, that means the front side is lengthening, right? So she's getting length here and length here, right? As the back side pretty much is shortening this way, pulling here and getting smaller, the front side is lengthening, right? And she's gonna take that length, rotate, whip, and then spike the ball down. Boom. Right, do you guys see how she goes from here, this amount of length, to more here, right? So she stretched, and then whip, right? The whip with the rotation creates that torque, and she just spikes it through the defenders. You can see it here also, right? Go ahead and look at how much length she gets out of her torso, right? And her rib cage right now is opened up this way, right? So when she's gonna spike the ball, she will reverse those spirals and then shorten her body this way. Right? So she came back a little bit here. Didn't go into full rotation, but that's pretty much it, guys. All right, so that's Lexi's son from Nebraska. Maybe we got one more good one here. All right, look at all the, okay, so going from flexion here to full extension here, back to flexion / neutral, right? So she's going opening, closing, and then neutral. Or sorry, excuse me. Closing, then opening, then back to neutral. And that creates a lot of torque, and you can only do that with, fascial elasticity, spiraling, and it doesn't really work if you just use straight lines. But let me know what you guys think. And if you have some other female athletes that you'd like to see, go ahead and drop them down in the comments. Let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.